everybody. Hey, this is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast, and tonight we are in the great state of New York. We are visiting with Cohocton Paranormal out of Cohocton, New York. What's going on, Timothy? How you doing today, brother?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good. Welcome. Thanks for having me on the show. I hope everyone's having a good night.
All right. Hey, tell the world a little bit about yourself. What's going on over there in New York?
Yes, so we're a paranormal investigator in Cohocton, New York. We got in the team about a few years back, like 5 years ago, and we're
Okay.
kind of still new.
Okay. How many is on your team? I mean, how many are with you? Just you by yourself, or?
No, it's me. We have 5 people altogether.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your team.
Yes, so my team, we have a psychic medium,
Mm-hmm.
which helps us sense more spirits, and I'm I'm sensitive, so I can sense spirits as well. We do have another psychic, which is we have 2 psychics.
Okay. Okay. Hey, the more psychics, the better. Because hey, I can't seem to find one whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But let, let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. Tell me a little something about you and what made you want to do this, this, you know, uh, your paranormal ventures. Just tell me what exactly got you involved in this. What changed your life so bad where you just wanted to say, hey, I want to go ahead and I just want to investigate the paranormal?
Well, how I got into the paranormal. So, me and my brother, when we were growing up, we saw shadows knocking on the walls. We
Okay, knocking on the.
sometimes I saw my grandparents
Oh
going through
wow.
the house, and there was some crazy stuff that we just don't know who it was. So, so that brings me watching like ghost hunters and the paranormal shows.
All right. Well, you know what? Something like that's definitely a life changing experience. So, either you got to deal with it or you can just decide to come on in, and to solve the problem, and try to figure out what's going on out there. So I guess you chose to, to decide to, you know, jump on in there and see what's going on.
Yes, and hello to the Northwest Paranormal Research Group.
Hey, what's going on, Northwest Paranormal? How you guys doing today? Glad to have you on the show. Uh, if you hear a little echo, which I hear one, I am in the lobby of my hotel room in Round Rock, Texas. So, uh, yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. I hope you're staying warm because it's definitely a little chilly down here in Texas. You
Yes, it's
know,
chill here too. We got our wood stove going. We have a wood stove that we keep warm on.
yeah. I, I, Texas. I was born. What part of Texas were you born in?
We were born in Dansville, New York.
Okay. All right. Hey, so what do your parents, or if what do your parents think about you doing this?
Well, my parents they don't like me going on investigations because they it creeps them out. But I always tell them I always use protection, and I use in the Jesus Christ God protects me, and
Okay.
I use a lot of protection when I go, and after the investigation I do the same thing because I don't
Wow.
want to bring something home.
There you go. You definitely don't want to bring anything home with you. That is a big no no. Big no
Yeah,
no.
I did one time because I didn't use any protection, but that was a dumb idea. That's when I was just first starting
And how long you been doing this?
for since 2014.
Is that right after? That's right before COVID started then.
Yes,
Okay. Were you guys busy when the pandemic hit, or did everything go to a standstill with you guys?
for the pandemic, we still investigated. We just wear a mask and be careful,
There you go.
but it never stopped us from investigating.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Actually, when we during the pandemic, I think we were actually a lot busier back then than what we are now. I don't know for the simple fact that we can actually get into a location where there's nobody there. So we were able to actually get into places and be successful and actually, if there was evidence to be found, we would find it, and if there wasn't, we move on to the next, to the next location. But, if I had to say a percent rate, I'd say we were probably, yeah, 85 to 95% successful on what we were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
that I
that's,
agree.
yeah, and that's no, actually that was during the pandemic, so we were actually pretty okay back then. It was didn't have no problems, man. Everybody said yes to us because those are the people, I mean, for those locations that were actually have just a bit of something that was going on. Like I said, we were able to get in there and just investigate. And next thing you know, bam, one thing. The pandemic lasted what, about six, say, between 3 and 4 months, probably a little bit longer. I really don't know, but we were able to be successful in a lot of investigations. We were able to do. you know, and of course, we had to wear our mask and stuff like that, but that was okay, you know. But since you guys are up in New York, man, how was that for you? That for you guys, how was the pandemic for you guys? Were you guys active during that whole time?
Well, when the pandemic started, we wasn't investigating for a few months um, until everything started to clear. We had like thousands of COVID cases. We that will be in New York City, one of the largest ones in the area. So we decided to go on some investigations of wearing a mask and so forth. And before we investigate, we like check everybody's temperatures and stuff like that. And I cannot hear you. No,
You can't hear me? Okay, are you able to hear me now?
I still can't hear you.
Let's see here. Let's see here.
We're having some tech problems here.
Are you able to hear me now? Hello? Can't hear me.
Yeah, oh, you can hear me,
I can
the
hear you.
Northwest Paranormal, but you can't hear the podcast, NSPS TV.
Let me see what's going on here. Audio. Speaker.
Frozen.
Let's see here.
Yes. Oh, so they can't hear you, but they can hear me.
Are you able to hear me now?
That's odd.
Can you hear me now? Uh-oh, let's figure out what's going on. Oh, so Northwest Paranormal, you can hear me. Very low? Okay, let me see if I can speed this up. What about
Maybe
now? Can you hear me now?
something very low.
Can you hear me now? Hold on. Okay, let's see here. Because I can hear you, but you can't hear me.
Now I can hear you, but I can barely hear you. It's very low.
Okay, if you can cut your speaker up, let's see here, because what about now? Can you hear me now?
A little better. My laptop is off. Yes, but it could be better. You're still a little low.
Okay, let me. Nope. All right, let me try this. All right, what about now? Can you hear me now?
It's about the same.
About the same. All right, I am. Yep, all my plugs are in. I am good to go. I am trying to figure out what the problem is because it just happened. Let me switch some things up here right quick. All right, what about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, that's much better.
All right. I mean, I don't know what was that all about. That's kind of weird. Wow. You know, I've been having problems with this particular laptop for a while. So I think it's time for an upgrade. All right. Hey,
It could be.
Northwest. Yeah. Hey, Northwest Paranormal. Can you hear me? If you do, give me a thumbs up or give me something.
Okay, they can hear you.
All right. All right. Well, yes. Okay. Cool. Hey, appreciate that. All right. Hey, tell me something a little bit about New York. About New York, man. Just tell me just how creepy it is up there.
Well, New York is a pretty nice area. I live like out of town and kind of like the side roads. It's like peaceful. Um, I don't want to live like in the city, like with all those shootings that's going around.
All right. Hey, how close are you to New York? I mean, what's the mileage? What's the next big city there close to you?
The next big city would probably be at least an hour away, which is Rochester, New York.
Rochester. Okay. I did a podcast with a couple guys that from Rochester. Pretty cool people, man. They're doing big things up there. Are you able to get out and socialize with other paranormal teams, or you just try to keep to yourself?
I try to keep, like, I try to make friends, like, when I go to public investigations and try
Mm-hmm.
to spread the word.
Ah, okay. Hey, Northwest Paranormal, what town are you in? Uh, because one thing I do notice about, paranormal investigators, paranormals, investigating is different on different parts of the country. One thing, it might be totally different from one side of the country to another. No two paranormal teams are the same. And that's why I like, doing this because everybody brings something different to the table. No matter what side of the country you on, if you're north, south, east, or west, everybody is different. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I will.
Yeah,
Okay, Northwest Paranormal. I will message you later. Uh, I appreciate you coming on the show, and if you can, give me a score on the Oregon game. As you guys know, I am a big Oregon fan. So please, if you guys know the score up in that area, please shoot me a score. Appreciate it. Hey, so your parents think you're nuts for doing this, huh?
yes, but I still do it as long as I like keep protection. They said they wouldn't mind, but they still don't like me doing it. They think they said they
Okay.
wish I would stop.
Like you say, Tim, if you protect yourself, you're all good. And that's the most important thing about doing this, self protection. And as long as you're doing that and you're not bringing anything home, you're good. Uh,
Yes,
ha-
and forgot to mention about myself. I get to these like dreams that comes true, even though if it's not going to happen, it actually comes true in my dreams. Like
uh,
spirits tells me what's going to happen in the future.
oh wow! Now, okay, that you know what? That's pretty interesting. So tell me a little bit about your dreams. How successful are your dreams? You know, 20%, 80%, 90%. If
It's
all your, if
it's probably be close to like 99.99%.
oh wow, that is pretty. Hey man, can't get no better
It's
than
like
that.
it's like every dream comes true.
Now, are these premonitions?
And what do you mean about that?
Well, premonition is something that you have a dream, and it comes true. That's what we call premonition.
Yes, I have a lot of them.
Okay. Hello, Jackie. How you doing today? Thanks for coming on the show. I see you on YouTube. Hey, appreciate you having on. Please come on. If you got any questions, feel free to ask me and uh, Mr. Timothy will love to answer any of your questions. All right, and SPT pages is shaped like a deformed peanut M&M. Hey, I appreciate that. That that's pretty funny. Most people said my head do look like an M&M, but you know what? Hey, that's appreciate it, Jason. I really do. Hey, Northwest Paranormal, is everything better now? Okay, that's cool. Hey, you know what, Tim? What exactly do you guys like to focus on when you're investigating? Are you guys used to? Because I know there's a lot of historic cemeteries up there, and and you guys uh, focus on a lot of you know houses. Are you guys into urban legends? What exactly do you guys focus on when you guys investigating?
So we kind of look through the history first before we go on investigations and learn more about the history before we actually go in.
Okay. Now, do you guys like cemeteries, or do you? What exactly do you guys, focus
We
on?
mostly focus on houses like we've gone to the Hinsdale House, the Wildwood Sanitarium, we've been to Rolling Hills Asylum, we've been to my grandmother's church, which is in Livonia, New York.
Really? Now, tell me a little bit about this church.
There's not much history
Or is
about it.
it not a lot of known history? There's history in everywhere, but there's a lot of unknown history about it.
Yes, we don't know too much. We did get some history. This church is around 200 years old. It was burnt and they restored it.
Oh wow, wow, that is cool. Hey Jackie, if you want to go to my, if you want to check out the podcast, you can go to NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. The show is also live on my Facebook. If you want to go to my Facebook, NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast, you should be able to check us out there. We're also on Twitch Live, so if you guys want to go on Twitch and also check it out, feel free to do so.
And we also see these shadow people that like move side to side or behind these clothes. This is a thrift shop that's still being open to the public.
Wow. Now it
And
seems.
people, when people do walk there, they hear like whispering and banging.
Oh wow. Hey, that sounds like a place I would definitely like to focus on. You know,
Yeah, it's a 200-year-old church.
ooh, hey, 200-year-old church. That you know what? If there ain't no history there, there's something wrong. Because there's definitely history in that place. Do you know a little bit more about it? I mean,
No, not really. That's all that they gave me in the Historian Society.
oh wow. Maybe you should check the what is that called? The historical records on it. Because sometimes the certain people on it's only going to go to a certain point, but there's other people out there that will actually go back even farther than where these guys ended up at or where they started at. But somebody had to build it. Somebody had to, somebody owned the property. So you definitely, can check into that and see what
Yeah,
exactly is going
that's a
on.
good idea. I should check up on that.
Hey, there's always deeds, property records. There's a lot of things out there that you can definitely check on to see. You
Yeah,
know what
my
I'm saying?
favorite place to investigate would be the haunted Hinsdale House.
And
Have you
tell me
heard
a
of
little bit
it?
about that place. No, I've never heard of it.
It's in like upstate New York, and there's a whole bunch of history. There was a lady that drowned,
Mm-hmm.
which they called her the woman in white. Um, there was a pregnant lady that got hung by the hanging tree. There's also
Wow.
these these brothers, like they have a shotgun and they shot them. A bunch of history, but as of right now, there's flags at the property that we found bodies as of right now.
Wow, very interesting. Now, is there a reason why this lady hung herself while she was pregnant? Or,
I don't know too much about that, but yeah, they it's a horrible story that some lady got pregnant and hung, and it's called a hanging tree. The hanging trees had like most of it is gone because it got struck by lightning years ago.
oh, wow.
And
That's,
about this hanging tree, people do have EVPs and electric magnetic field.
yeah, wow. That seems very interesting. I'm going to have to check into that one. And see what the hell's going on. One thing about me, I like checking history no matter where it's at. It can be here in Texas, or it can be in New York, or it can be in Seattle, Washington. If it has good history, I would definitely go check it out, and just read up on it because everything is interesting no matter where it's at. No, I mean, that's just me. You know.
Yes, if I wanted to investigate, I would suggest the haunted Hinsdale house.
Or how far are you from Staten Island?
I don't think I heard of that.
You never heard of Staten Island, the New York City?
No, I'm like about like 4 hours away from New York City.
Ooh, have you ever heard of the Island of the Dead?
Yes,
What you think about that place?
I heard of it, but I never seen it.
And when COVID hit, and there's a lot of people, their bodies, people were being unclaimed, and the city didn't know what to do with all these bodies that they were collecting day by day, because New York City was the epicenter for the country for COVID. People were dying with COVID, seemed like every 2 hours, and there was no place for the city to put all these bodies because anybody that owns a private cemetery or a cemetery or a city cemetery, that's just too many bodies for them to put in one location. So since the Island of the Dead had already had a mass grave there, so they decided to go ahead and dig big holes and just, not even in a coffin, just put these guys in boxes and just bury them on top, layer on layer on layer of each other until, they get like maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 deep. Then they just bury them. And it doesn't matter how old you were, doesn't matter how small you were. If you were not being claimed for a family member, that is where you're going to go. And mind you, the place already had a dark history before they even start putting bodies in that cemetery. I mean, in that island. And, and it's a dark history because it used to be a sanitarium there where I'm not for sure what disease that they treated, but it was a lot of people died just in that island alone. Once you get on, there's no way there's no way to get off. So
Yes,
every
about that, at the haunted Hinsdale house, they had a Catholic priest to exorcism the house. It like worked for a few days and it never worked because they believed that they were elemental spirits.
elementals, interesting people. They are. I tell you what, I don't want to meet one. I know people that have, and I know people that came across them. But I definitely, that's a little bit out of my territory. As far as paranormal investigating, I don't deal with demons, elementals, and all that stuff. But there's different levels of paranormal investigators where certain people definitely deal in that.
Yeah, I deal with negative entities, and they're not fun.
Oh no, they are not fun. Have you ever come across anything so negative where you actually needed help from a priest?
No, I have not. Never had that happen.
Well,
But I don't want to take a chance.
yeah, you definitely don't want to take a chance in doing that. Northwest Paranormal, I thought you were going to sleep, man. You said you got to get up in the morning and go to sleep.
Yeah, we all have to go to sleep and go to work in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's what, 8 o'clock over there? 8:19?
Yeah, it's 8:19 over here.
Oh, wow. Okay, hey, Tim, what kind of equipment do you use when you investigate?
So our team use old school paranormal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We try to not use expensive equipment like the SLS camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
So
is.
now our favorite ones that we like to use is we got it from the Junkie Paranormal. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's called a scale bearer.
Okay, yeah, I had one of those.
We use those and I like those things. Like they were
Yeah,
pretty cool to play with.
I think they come in good handy if you can find someone, if you can find the, if you can find the right locations. Because one thing I do know about that bear, it takes a powerful entity to make it go off. Because
Yes,
I've had one for, I can honestly say, Tim, I've had one for 3 months, and it's only went off once. And no other spirit was even able, strong enough to make that thing go off.
that's
But
impressive. Only one time.
yeah, but I also, but I've also had those ghost balls. I mean, those ghost balls, they'll go off left and right.
Yeah, I have some of those too.
There's one thing. I mean, they're really not that hard to focus on to communicate with something with. The only problem I have is, hell, I've seen to lose them all the damn time, especially when I'm in a dark location. You know, uh, yeah. So I always seem to lose them, and those things, you probably get like 3 to 4 of them, like for $10. And the crazy part of it is, not replace the damn battery in it. So once they're done, they're done.
Yeah, that's what
You
I
know what
don't
I'm
like
saying?
about those. They're dead. They're dead.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, I mean, we gotta find something out there that you can get the same kind of device. You can get that ball, but also you be able to take a little screwdriver and just unscrew it and just replace the battery. That's where you don't constantly have to buy. I mean, because it adds up, dude. Money adds up.
Yeah, it does. I use those cat toys that
Oh,
they.
dude. Yeah. Hey, the best place to go to get paranormal equipment is Five Below. Have you ever been to Five Below before?
No, but I did heard of it.
Yeah. Five Below's the best place. They got motion lights, they got cat balls, they got just about everything that you need that you think that people, you go in there and think, well, hell, man, this can't be used for paranormal investigations. That can't be you. But if you think about it and if you put your mind to it, they actually can. A motion light is nothing but a cat ball. Am I right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So if you just go get a motion light, you're good to go. I mean, it's really, people just need to figure things out. Yeah, you're right. Northwest Paranormal use they can use anything.
Yeah, and a year ago, I tried a technique that actually works. So I get these lettered, these alphabetical dice that I ask questions, and I'm roll them down on a flat surface, and I get words like yes, dead, people's names.
Right. Now, how do you feel about all these phone apps that are out, these ghost apps that are out? Do you use those?
I kind yes and no. Um, First I tried them out, and a lot of them I think it's just bullcrap, in my opinion. But there are a few of them that actually works for me. But we do have a geophone, which
Yeah.
I can download that through the app, and when a spirit gets close, it will beep, and that can get really annoying.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I got a question. And I got a question. Major Brown on YouTube. What's up, brother? How you doing today? Yo, I used to be a fan of the paranormal investigations, but I stopped being a fan of it because recently I was looking up scary cursed phone numbers, which I've never even heard of that before, and called them, and they said that my house was haunted. Hey, Major, if you could be a little bit more specific in that, because I've never heard of that, of that before.
I never
Yeah.
heard of that either.
If you want to, please be specific on that. Yeah, Northwest. Motion is nothing but IR sensors. You're right. And Ovilus, you know what? I don't have one, only because there's so many other things that you can use besides Ovilus, you know. But we'll talk about that later. Uh, you know what, Northwest Paranormal, that right there depends on your phone. I got it set up where everybody can see the comments. Tim, can you see the comments?
Yes, I can see them.
Yes, I got it set up so where everyone can see it. So you might have to adjust your phone where you can see the comments on it. But it's,
This
yeah.
technology.
Yeah, you have to just go ahead and just tweak your phone a little bit. Or if you want, you can see you're already on the Facebook page. And just, yeah. But anyway, that's that. Hey, Northwest Paranormal, do me a favor, man. See what the Oregon score is for me. I don't have access to a TV right now. So if you can look that up, that'd be great. Hey, Tim, do you have a dog?
Yes, we do.
Have you ever took your dog on an investigation with you?
No, but I will never take them to investigation.
One thing I do know about dogs, dude, they are very sensitive to the paranormal.
Yes, they are. Animals are very sensitive.
I've tried. I think I'm going to put me a cat cam on my cat when I get back home and take him with me just to see how things would go. And I encourage people to do, same thing to their dog, and just see what exactly how a dog would, just to see how a dog would react, with that thing on its back, and because I am very curious because dogs can see things, they can hear things, they can sense things.
Yeah, they can. They can do a lot of things most people can't do.
Exactly. So I think putting a GoPro on a dog would be super cool. I just said I haven't had the opportunity to do it yet, but I am really curious to see that. You know what I'm saying? I am really curious.
Yeah, I wonder that too. But in my opinion, I wouldn't do it to my own dog.
So I am, you know what? I don't know, man. I'm just curious like that to see what exactly how a dog would react. Because we already know how they, in a cart. If you ever watch YouTube and you watch shows like Nuke Top 5 and other paranormal shows out there, then you would know exactly. Almost 40% of these videos have animals in them. So you're able to see how these animals would react towards certain things, and come to find out, man, they are quite successful at what at what they see.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm just throwing it out there to see what you think. A lot of people have said, they would love to try that when they get a chance to. But I've yet to do it myself, and maybe one day I would. Hey, what's the score in the game?
10-10.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, our game 10-10, yeah.
How is this even possible?
Long story, my friends.
Yeah, we both went to different schools.
24 years of this.
You need to put her in another hotel room.
I know.
All right, hey, sorry about that. I just seen an Oregon and a Washington Husky fan just walk by. But yeah, definitely. Hey, tell me the most in your location, in your town. Are you the only paranormal investigator in your town, or are there others? And
There
if so,
was
have you
others.
and so, have you reached out to them?
Yes, I have. There's one that's called Wayland Paranormal, and another one that's called Grounded Paranormal.
Now, have you able to, go out and do a joint investigation with them?
No, I haven't.
Are you up to it? If they call you and say, "Hey, I need your help, man. Can you come out and help us?"
Yeah, the Grounded Paranormal, yeah, probably. But the other team, I don't know. I tried to call them one time and ask them questions, but I got blocked. I really don't know what happened.
How in the hell you get blocked on asking a question? That's weird.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Some people are just weird like that. Some people are really, unsociable. Some people just think, the world evolves around them when it comes to, certain things, and it doesn't have to be like that. You know what
No,
I'm
just
saying?
asking a question. What's wrong with that?
And no, it's nothing. Nothing at all. I think it's perfect. I mean, because you can call me anytime and ask me anything, and I will do my damnedest to help you out with no matter what the question is. Or if you got something going on, I will make, even if I don't know the answer, I can refer you to somebody that can help you out. You know what I'm saying? That's what para-unity is all about, helping each other.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Because right now, there's too much negativity into this, and it doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't believe how many people that I've helped, and they've come back to me and say, hey, Terry, thank you. You are a great guy. I really appreciate all that you have done. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and hello, Steve. How are you doing today?
Hey, how you guys doing? Appreciate you coming on the show, Steve. Hey, I try to make this as simple as I can. Hey, man, I'm just out here, just meeting people, saying hello, talking to people all across our country about the paranormal. So I really appreciate you coming on the show. If you got any questions or any comments, hey, feel free to ask.
Yes, about going back to these demonics, I personally wouldn't mess with a Ouija board myself.
Now, Ouija boards, don't deal with them. I don't know how you feel about them. That's who we. I mean, I know people that dabbles in them all the time, but the minute I see one, Tim, I'm out the door.
Me too.
I am
Like,
totally
I'm
out the door.
Catholic and I don't mess with them.
No, me personally, I won't, because the thing about Ouija boards, it's so easy to open up a portal.
Agreed.
It is so easy. But the thing is, most people get caught up in the moment. They forget to close it. And once you forget to close it, what's going to happen? That big old bright light, that in all that darkness, somebody's going to see it. And once somebody sees it, somebody's going to go through it. Somebody's going to come through that portal. And then, let's say for an example that you leave, you go home, then the person that has to deal with it is the ones that's leaving, is the one that's there.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes. You're right, Steve. You got to have that super spiritual level of understanding. Because if you don't, I think you're in a world of hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some things paranormal investigators just can't do. My mission is to validate and confirm. There's different levels of paranormal investigating. And, somebody dealing with a Ouija board that actually leaves a door open and a demon or something really evil comes out of it, hey, man, that's totally above my pay rate. I don't get paid for that. You know what I'm saying? I will.
It's about these attachments that can cause all kinds of things. Yes.
Yes, it can.
They can cause nightmares, being followed, scratch marks. They can they can drain your energy.
Not only that, Tim, it can disrupt a household as a whole. It can literally rip a family apart. You know, so once it achieves that all that negativity, because that's what things like that feed on negativity. You know what I'm saying? So if you have negativity, uh, yeah, if you got negativity, it's just feeding into it. It's just going left and right, and it's feeding and feeding and getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and then you really not gonna be able to handle it. Hey, Steve, if you guys would love to come on a podcast, hey, please hit me up, dude. I would love to hear your stories and see all your evidence. Please hit me up at NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. Leave me a message. I will get back to you, and maybe we can set something up after the holidays, because I know nobody wants to be on the podcast during Thanksgiving.
Yeah, about that, we
You know what I'm
personally
saying?
have a website ourselves with a bunch of EVPs, evidence, all about our team.
Cool. Now, hey, are you? How did you manage to get all these mediums on your team? Because me myself, Tim, I'm having a hard time just finding one.
I met them at one of these public events. They seem cool. I investigate with them a few times, and hey, you want to be on my team? Sure, why not?
Oh man, that's cool. All right. Hey, Steve. Shoot me a message later, and hey, we'll go ahead and set something up for you guys and get you guys on the show. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it. I think you guys were in love it coming on. And just talking about all the things that you guys have experienced. Hey, say man, you got the heater on or what? God, man, it didn't got hot in here.
That's what I need, a heater right now. It's like 49 degrees.
Oh man, that's perfect weather. That is perfect football weather, Tim. 49 degrees, can't get no better than that. But now, if it's 120 degrees, we got a problem. We got a problem. All right. How far are you from Jersey, New Jersey?
New Jersey, it's New Jersey, like, is a couple states over.
Couple states over. What? So we're looking at maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours, maybe. All right, Northwest Paranormal. Good night. Oh no, you didn't steal the show. Trust me. Hey, that's what it's all about. Coming on, introducing yourself, getting to know people, and and Mr. Tim feels the exact same way. There's no stealing of the show. I was just wondering.
Yeah, so New York to New Jersey would be 4 hours and 20 minutes.
How many? 4 hours and 20 minutes?
Yes.
Ooh-wee. That is a long way. Hey, have you guys took a trip out there to go visit the little town where the Jersey Devil has supposedly been sighted at? Lots of paranormal investigators go out there, and they come back with all kind of crazy stories. Once they go out in what is it? The Pine Barrens. Once they go out there in the woods, man, all kind of crazy stories. Would you guys consider doing that in the future?
Yes, we would be doing that in the future.
I mean,
Going out of state, out of New York.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you know what, man? Hey, when you guys go out there, man, you gotta be careful, man, because there's a lot of strange things going on out there in them woods. from, you know, I, I can't even talk about it, man, because it's so much, you know. So tell me a little bit about more about the cemeteries out there, dude. New York has a lot of historic cemeteries, and I'm a big cemetery buff. I love cemeteries. Most people think they, you know, place for the dead where the dead go to rest, but you know what? I go there because I think the dead are still walking around, and I just think they have a story to tell. And I've had too many encounters myself to know that the cemeteries is not just a resting spot. Even though I might be wrong. People, you know, I've heard different stories. People, I might be wrong. I don't know. What do you think?
I've never been to a cemetery to investigate myself, but I know cemeteries, they do have a lot of history with these spirits.
Yes, especially the ones, especially the ones that are up in the north, in the northeast, the Jersey, Philly, the Boston, the New York areas. Though all those right there were part of the colonies. So there is a lot of history right
Wait,
there.
my mistake. My bad. I lied. I did visit a cemetery. Investigate.
How did that go?
That went pretty good. I did see a lady with a white dress walking by. Nobody saw it, just me. So I asked the owner, "Is there a lady with a white dress?" She said, "Yes."
Steve, man, that right there is crazy. Hey, what town was that in?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Do you see that, Tim? Did you see this? I think
Oh, yeah.
they did blood rituals in the home after we were done. Wow. Oh, wow, that is crazy. All right. Hey, Steve, I will be headed up to, uh, let me see that little town that I am going to. There's a little town in between Norman and Oklahoma City that I'll be headed up to soon. I am trying to find that little town. I am headed up to, where is it? Because I try to keep track on every city that I've been to. Let me see here. Oh, that's weird. Let me see if I can find it. This little town is called. I can't find it. I can't find that little town. But anyway, it's right there between Norman and Oklahoma City. And the paranormal team is called Paranormal of Oklahoma. I'm trying to find them. Yeah, I have to find them here in a little bit. I got so much going on here. Yeah, I have to find them. But anyway, I see you changed your background again.
Yeah, I did.
Oh boy. All right, let's see. Okay, so you know who I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, I got a podcast with them in a couple of weeks. We'll be able to see what's going on with them. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Tim, tell me a little bit about your city. Is your city known for having a lot of history in it, or is it just urban legend?
We have quite a lot of history. So the next town over, which we have a Wayland address, but we actually live in Cohocton.
Cohocton. I always wonder what that name, how you pronounce that name, Cohocton.
Yeah, Cohocton is how, well, in Wayland, there was a pretty sad thing that happened on the railroad. There was a train crash going like 60 to 70 miles per hour, and two train crashed
Really? Wow.
together. And they believe that train is right in Ohio right now, someplace in Ohio, which it's haunted.
Cool.
There's another place that's called the Naples Hotel.
Uh-huh.
And there's another place, it's called the Caboose, which is out of business. And the new owners won't do paranormal investigations there.
Wow. Now, was this a mass grave, or did they actually find everybody on the property?
Can you repeat that?
Did they turn this into one big mass grave, or did they end up finding all the bodies of that plane crash?
I have no idea.
Wow.
But the Wayland Paranormal group had got some EVPs from that.
Now, can you imagine getting an EVP from someone that's on a plane and is about to die? All the screaming, the yelling, just about everything that you probably can catch, you probably will catch. You know, that right there would be pretty crazy.
There's also another place that's in Cohocton that's called the Old Country Store, which only one investigation can allow to investigate. I personally send an email and saying you cannot investigate there.
Oh, really? Wow.
Nobody else can investigate but them.
Oh, so they pretty much want to take over, huh?
Must be.
That's crazy. I mean, I've heard of people doing that, but I've never, ever would think that somebody would lay claim to something where they can only investigate.
Yes, I even offer $500.
Really? And they said no?
Yep.
That is crazy.
They
Now,
said they didn't want to disturb for
yes.
new investigations, new team.
Yeah, there's something going on there that people don't that somebody don't want you to know. But hey, but just keep doing what you're doing. Eventually, they will let you in there. I mean, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't.
think that they will, but
Well,
could
shit,
be.
hell, $500. Hell, I'll let you in for $500. If you offered that, shit, who am I to say no? Come on in, brother. You're more than welcome to investigate as much as you want, and as
For
long as
free.
you want.
It would be nice for free.
Yeah, right. Now, how much? I mean, how much are you willing to pay to do an investigation?
Around, let me see, probably not more than like 500 to 600.
Ooh, yeah. I, I'm sorry. There's no way. The most I'll pay probably $50. No more, no less. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
bottom line for me.
every team member helps pay. We,
Yeah, I mean, if you rolling like that, I guess you could. I mean, I'm just a poor paranormal investigator, dude. I can't afford it. I mean, there is so many places here where I'm trying to discover and and actually put boots on the ground and actually say, hey, I'm the first one that actually done this. You know what I'm saying? But anybody else, I mean, I just can't see that. I mean, that's a car note. You're right, Steve. Persistence is the key. Be careful not to annoy anyone.
yes,
You know, yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't, that's one thing about me, man. I like to be persistent, but I really don't like asking too many times, so. So that's my problem. And in the state of Texas, we've got so many places that charge an outrageous amount of money, dude, that they're actually making a killing. And the only problem is they will not get my money. They get anybody else's. And you know what? And what's so crazy about it is they end up getting. The thing is, when you got 50,000 people coming to your building and you're making a ton of money, and out of all of these 50,000, you get 49,000 saying the same thing when they go there and investigate. There's no way I can even, you know, do that, because you hear the same thing, and everybody is telling you, oh, it's the same thing. Then what's the point of paying your money when you already know what you're gonna get? You know
oh
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. When we go into these investigations, we always try to debunk everything.
Right, right. Yes, Steve, I am in. Actually, I live in Cedar Park, but I'm in Round Rock right now. We just did an investigation today, and just chilling at this hotel for a while. So I am between Round Rock, Georgetown, and Austin, and Pflugerville. I'm caught in right between all those little towns. You know what I'm saying? So, yep, I am here. So I'm sorry, Tim. I mean, because I'm pretty sure up there in the Northeast, especially in your area, there's plenty of places where, you know, people have not been. You want to go, but like you were saying, it all depends on the people that own the place, and if they would allow individuals to come in and to visit, the place. But with me, it is like if you got a haunted hotel, and if you get a room, dude, that's free. I mean, that's free reign. You can actually investigate as much as you want. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
can.
So, I mean, I'm just hoping. I mean, I've been in this hotel 2 days, and I really haven't asked anybody about the history of it. I just think they probably just built this place not too long ago. Hi, Linda. How you doing? I appreciate you joining the show tonight. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. Uh, this is Mr. Tim. He's from how you say that again?
Cohocton.
Cohocton, New York. You know, so if you got any question would you like to ask this gentleman, feel free to do so. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. You know, one thing I do know about New York, dude, there are abandoned insane asylums just about on every corner. You know what I'm saying? From Maine all the way down to Jersey to Kentucky. Those places are really, you know what I'm saying? In New York, the Shanley Hotel is my favorite place. You know what? Never been there. Have you been there, Tim?
No, I should take a look at that place.
Yeah, the Shanley Hotel. And this is upstate New York, Linda, or in a like little suburb. You know, yeah, I'd love to go check that out.
Oh, I froze up.
No, you good. No, you good. I got you. You still on here?
Okay, it's back now.
Okay, I believe Linda has been to the. Now, is this the Stanley Hotel in Colorado? Because I've never heard of a Stanley Hotel in upstate New York. There might be. I'm not quite sure. But if it is, I would like to know exactly where it's at.
Okay, 56 Main
Okay,
Street.
okay.
Okay,
It's the Stanley. Okay, yeah, because the Stanley is in Colorado. Been to that place. Don't believe the hype on it. That's all I can say.
hey,
You
I
good?
can check this place out.
The Shanley Hotel. Okay. You know what? Tim already said he's on it. He's going to check it out. Now, when you check it out, make sure that you fill me in, man. Let me know what's going on. You know, when you on your investigations, how often do you go live? Do you go Facebook Live, Instagram Live, or do you just keep everything?
This is an exciting thing. On every investigation we go, we do our best to do a live paranormal investigation on Facebook Live on our page.
Okay, cool. You know what? So I'll probably check out some more of your content tonight once I get done with the podcast. Yeah, I mean, The Conjuring. See, Steve, the thing about that, you really don't know which one it is because I've heard so many stories about that place. I mean, I've heard there's a Conjuring house in Kansas City. I heard there's one upstate New York. I mean, I'm just trying to find out which house is the original house. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, they see, hey, $1,000 a night? That is a lot of money.
$1,000 a night. Forget about it.
Tim said it ain't happening. He said forget it. You know what? For those of you paranormal, for all of you paranormal high rollers out there, hey, $1,000 a night is probably nothing for you guys. But for people like me, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, 3 hours and 28 minutes away. Not bad.
Yeah. The original Conjuring. Now, is that fact, Linda? Because I've heard so many stories. I heard that house is in so many different locations, so many different states, that I really don't know which one is which. Maybe they do it like that so nobody will ever find out which is the original house. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Well, that's cool, Linda.
Wow, that is cool. I'm just, woo-wee. And how long have you guys been friends? Now, were you guys friends when the whole ordeal was going on, or was it afterwards? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what Steve got going on. He said something there, but yeah. Now the Amityville house. I mean, that place is up north too, but I don't know if that place is actually haunted or not.
I know that place very well.
Now, is that place? Tell me a little history of that. You know what I mean? Because what I hear is basically what I see on TV from the three movies that were put out. You know, the two in the '70s and the reboot back in the late '80s. You know, so did the father really shoot the kids and the family, or was that just Hollywood? See, 'cause I really don't know if that's Hollywood saying that, or was it, you know, the actual, or did it actually go down? You know, so if somebody out there want to tell me a little something about that particular house, that would be great. That's all right, Steve. Take your time. Linda, if you can tell me a little something from the Amityville house, that would be great. Because I really don't know much about that. Yeah, I mean, you're right. The world is full of evil, and it wouldn't be surprised me either if it actually went down like that. I mean, because people do strange things for strange reasons. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. You know, so if anybody from the Northeast want to tell me about this house, that would be great. Tim, tell me what you think about this house, man. I'm pretty sure, have you seen it? Have you actually laid physical eyes on it?
Well, that house is, when I look at it, it's crazy. It has a lot of history, bad things. When I read stories, like negative bad things happen there.
Yeah. The murder actually took place. So the murder actually took place, and it's a documented case. You know, the thing is, does anybody live in that particular house now? You know, because that's weird.
Actually, a couple years ago,
Really?
I messaged the place
And what kind of response did you get? I mean, what did they
and
say?
see if I could investigate there. They said we used to let paranormal investigators there, but the house has already been cleansed.
Now, well, that would be,
But
I don't know, man.
think
I think they just trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Marvin Gaye shot his son for over $200, I believe so. So I know people do strange things.
Yeah, so I
And
have a little bit of history on my own property, my house.
wow, what you got going on over there?
So we have at least four animal spirits and
Some,
at least three people spirits.
well, you know what? I've never encountered animal spirits. I've talked. People have talked about, these shapeshifters, and things that people talk about, but I've never seen one. I've never
Wait
dealt
a
one
second
personally.
here. I just heard a whisper in my ear saying, hello.
Oh wow!
Did anybody hear that? Did you?
No, I didn't hear it at all.
Sometimes I get whispers in my ears.
Okay, now, do you think your home is something going on there?
No, it's probably my grandparents that
Oh,
had lived in the house, and though my spirit guides, and I do see them on and off.
okay. The Hatter House.
And I live still in the haunted house I'm at right now.
So you ain't gotta go far to investigate.
Nope, I want to investigate my own home, not me. I want to open something up.
Right? But it's a good way if you want to make some quick bucks. That'd be a good way to go. You can always open it up for Halloween. You could be a little haunted house tour or whatever.
Yeah, maybe someday.
All right, the Hatter House. Now, the Hatter House in Lawton, Oklahoma. Okay, I'm gonna have to look. You know what, Scott? I mean, Steve. I'm gonna have to look into that place tonight to see what exactly this place is about. Uh, because when I was headed up to Wichita, Kansas, I was looking for a place to, because you're going through these big cities. You're going through Denton. You're going through Norman. You're going through Oklahoma City. All these places have history on my way up to Kansas, and I wanted to. Stop in these towns and investigate while I was making my trip up to Wichita to visit my son at school. And man, I couldn't find anybody. I couldn't find anything. So, I just kept going. So I. Uh, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? What do you think, Steve? Now, I did make it up to the Sally House. If you guys, want to talk about that right there was very interesting. Come to find out, the city owns the house now. It's not really owned. They turned it into more like a place where people can go. So they turned it into like a tourist attraction, if you want to call it that.
I got something to show you guys. Yeah. No. Okay.
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 How successful was that, Linda? Did you pull out any evidence in that house? I guess Steve had to ask the same question. How was it? I'm curious. How did that pop up? Oh, that's you. Let's see what you got here.
We have some evidence right here.
What? Is that
We
a
have
two-figure
the
body?
Hinsdale house, the cross. Yeah, this one right here is a full body of a cross space. There's a face, and you can see a body.
Oh wow, I can. I mean, and the face is clear as day. You can see the neck. You can actually see the shoulders, the torso, and if you look at the bottom, you can actually see the hip.
Yeah, you can.
Wow, that is amazing. Hey, are you guys able to see this, Linda and Steve? Wow, dude, that's great.
We Here's another one. On the right hand side, you can see like a four-legged animal. And you can see it's a little blurry here. Two shadows.
I see something, but I'm not sure on what that is. If I'm looking right here, okay, there's that light. I'm talking about looking just right to the right of it. I'm not sure what that is. And then what is that white figure right there?
The white thing?
Yeah, right here. Right below that light, because you got that dark spot right there, just right. I'm not sure. I see a head and I see an arm, but I really don't know what that is right there. That's weird.
Yeah, this was
But that right there,
Wildwood Sanatorium.
that right there, and that's a cool shot. I give you that one. That is a cool shot. What you guys
Now,
think?
here's a picture that's. Now, this one.
Is that a giant
When
orb?
we come. No, it's something that legends, rumors from the haunted Hinsdale house. We caught something and we did some research. Do you know what a puckwudgie is?
That's a good shot right there. Wow, yeah, that's a good shot. Hey, do you guys have any mausoleums up there? Have you visited any mausoleums at all?
No, we haven't.
Oh wow, dude, mausoleums is oh, I'll tell you what, I caught some of my best EVPs and some of my best K2 hits in mausoleums. Now, down here in Texas, they're far and few because the rich down here pretty much would bury their own on their own property.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
Or the
puckwudgies is small, like people.
Yeah, so we would, down here it's totally different, but a mausoleums is a place that if you ever encounter one where there's, oh man, how many was in that damn place? That I had to been over 200 bodies in that mausoleum. And dude, they were outside, inside.
Oh,
and
that's a lot.
Oh man, it was crazy. And I'm just going along with my K2, and my KT was taking constantly big hits. And you know, most people say if you have your phone near your K2, your phone can trigger it. Well, I made sure my phone was in my pocket, in my back pocket, and it was on. It was turned off. I turned it off, and it was on uh, freaking airplane mode. So I make sure that nothing could affect it. And I'm sitting up there, and it's just going off like crazy. I'm like, oh my god, dude. And you know, somebody has a lot to say, and because it went like that for like, I get 10, 15 minutes. And next thing you know, it just stopped. It was just dead as a doornail. Oh yeah, yeah, Steve. I'm pretty sure there's a lot. There is a lot of energy in a mausoleum. You know, but if you guys ever get a chance to investigate one, hello from New York. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Hey, you know what? I wish I could see your name. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Facebook user. Appreciate you coming on your show. You got a story to tell us?
That's actually me.
What are you doing? Oh, never mind. That is Tim playing games over here. That was Tim. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Luckily, I'm not able to see the. It just says Facebook user. It doesn't say Tim's name or anything. You got me good on that one, Tim.
Yeah, I did.
And then he says, "Oh, I'm doing good." That's pretty funny. All right, you know what? I'm gonna get you back before we leave.
Yeah, you are.
All right, hey, Tim. If you had a bucket list, man, if there's any place, all right, this goes for Steve, and where'd my buddy Linda go? If she's still here, if you guys had a bucket list on anywhere on the planet that you guys want to investigate, where would it go? Where would you go? Anywhere on the planet.
Let me see. That's a good question. I haven't thought about that. I will probably go to this one place. Can't think of the name. It would be on a small island. You have to use a boat to get there.
Okay.
And they want $500, and they said that will help to restore the place.
All right, cool. Linda, we'll go to England or Ireland. What's so special about England and Ireland, even though they are one of the two oldest places on the planet? What made you pick those two places? And Tim, what made you pick your particular place?
Thousands of years of histories in
Thousands
those
of years
castles.
of history. Yes. What about, Linda, if there's a place, now you talking about 1,000 years of history, what about if I can tell you there's a place that would eat up, not the history in that place, but what about it will add up to all the deaths in one day at one moment that compared to England and Ireland put together? Would you want to go there? Tim, would you want to go there? And Steve, would you want to go there? If you want to go there, give me a thumbs up and I will tell you where it's at.
I will probably go there.
Tim's like, oh yeah, I'll go. All right, let me check it out. right. So, Linda, would you want to go there? Steve, would you want to go to a place where there's been so much death at one time that it would be literally just as many as it is for those 1,000 years of history between Ireland and England? Okay, Linda says yes. Steve said,
Yeah,
let's go.
I
Okay,
would
hey,
definitely go.
all right, hey guys, if I was to tell you that Normandy Beach in France will probably have more deaths in a day than what these two countries would have in 1,000 years. And all these kids are from the age of 18 to 21. So I'm ready to go. I'm already got my bags. I already got my bags packed. We can go to the airport tonight and we can fly out.
Yeah, let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Normandy Beach, dude, was a shit show. And I, you know what? And they still can't count all the bodies that they can't even account for all the bodies that was disappeared. You know, because you got bodies that was in the ocean, the sharks ate. You know, because when they smell blood, sharks are gonna come running. The bodies that, you know, man, you got an arm here, arm there. People, they never even found what was attached to who. You know, so I would love to go watch. I mean, I would love to be on that beach and just, you know, just to see and feel what it's all about.
Oh, wow, we've been on here for almost 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I do know about a podcast, time flies. What's up, Stephen? How you doing?
Hello, Steven.
Stephen, how you doing today? Yes. So, hey, any questions for me today? Any questions for, you know, Mr. Tim? Feel free to ask. You know, we are here, and we are talking paranormal. You know, so if you have anything paranormal, anything to say, or just curious, please let me know.
Yeah, please let me know. I can answer any question.
Yes, he can. He can ask you. Hey, he's been doing this a lot longer than I have.
What's the most haunted place you've been to?
Tim, you want to go
Well,
first?
the most haunted place I've been to will probably be the haunted Hinsdale house. That place has crazy history.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I had EVP saying my name. They tell me to get out.
Yes.
When I
You
go
know,
into the closet upstairs, I feel dizzy and I get a headache sometimes.
oh
In the
yeah.
most
Yeah.
craziest moment, there
Yep.
was a public event. There was this lady with a blindfold
It's
in
crazy.
Mary's room, which that will probably be a portal. And I saw like a skull face standing right behind her.
Yeah.
And then that's it. So the people that was booking this event told us to get the heck out of the house. So
Oh yeah.
we ran and got out of the house.
Mm-hmm. Now the most haunted. I'm not gonna say the most haunted place I've been to because I really don't know. Because one thing that we do know about spirits come and they go. They have, you know, they can do pretty much whatever they want. They choose to speak, they can speak. If they don't, they don't. So just because they don't speak to you at that, you know, moment in time does not mean that they are not there and that they are not listening. You know what I'm saying? But one of my, haunted locations is uh, the old early years, what is that, nursing home in Elgin, Texas, which is literally 30 minutes from here. One thing about nursing homes, a lot of death, a lot of, just sorrow because people, one thing I know about nursing homes is grandmothers, grandfathers, uncles, aunts, they're of the elderly age were taken there and just abandoned because the younglings, that's what I call them, don't have time to take care of them. So they leave them there and they pretty much die lonely because nobody comes to visit them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I hate about nursing homes. And that's what I hate about people that putting their loved ones or their elderly in nursing homes. But you got to realize these are the people that change your diaper. So it's only fitting that you change their diaper when they're unable to. Just like when you was unable to, it's going to be a point in time when they're unable to. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do the same for them. Don't go throw them in a nursing home. So the early years nursing home, let me give you a little history, opened up back in 1947. 1947, and it was consisted of a lot of European descent, people that were running from the war, people that came over here and, they wanted to start a new life, and they trying to put their feet on the ground. But in the meantime, they brought their their grandparents or their fathers or their mothers here, and they have no place to put them. So that's where they would put them, in a nursing home, and then leave them. And dude, I've heard in that nursing home, we got EVPs of the Germans, we got EVPs of French, we got EVPs of English. I mean, there were so many different mass voices there and different languages. It was crazy. And, and you can tell, if you guys go on my Facebook page, you guys can see some of the photos that we took of that place. We actually caught an apparition of a lady in white. And I'm thinking she had like a 1940s type dress on, where she was, going from one room to another. And what's so crazy about it, the only friend that they had was either the person in the next room or the person in the next bed or the person across the street. In the other room, which was across the hallway. So we actually caught that figure going from one room to the other. You guys can see all this on my Facebook page if you like. Just go to my photos and you'll be able to see it.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. And the good thing about this, Tim, the city, the town of Elgin has turned the location, instead of knocking it down, they actually turned it into an urban site where people can come in and investigate without getting
warm.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Oh wow. Yeah, that too. You know what? And Steve, that is one, and actually, believe it or not, that's the cause of a lot of the residential hauntings today. People that don't have unfinished business and don't know that they passed on. And these people don't really mean any harm. They don't know that they're dead, and they really, just carrying on their everyday lives like, hey, like nothing's going on. So yeah, it's pretty cool on how the these entities or able to communicate if they choose to, and not to communicate if they choose to. It seems like just because you're dead, you still got a mind, you still got every part of your body is still there. It's just you don't have that physical form or that physical sense that you had when you was alive.
Yeah, so my team, sometimes a person, spirit likes to communicate with other people differently.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes spirits just don't want to talk to them.
Right.
It just depends on the person.
Yeah. If you come in negative, disrespectful, who in their right mind would want to talk to you when they're alive when you like that? So just imagine what they feel when they're dead, and they're pretty much going to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if you disrespect me, I'm not going to want to speak to you. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, I agree. You're all right. I wouldn't want to talk to them if
I wouldn't want to waste my time with them. No, if anything, to show, if you're going to disrespect, I'm going to hit you upside the head to tell you get the hell out. I mean, that's just right. I'm going to tell you, hey, hit you upside the head and say, get the hell out of my house. So that's how I would do it. All right, I feel if you pass, you should have known the physical life. I haven't seen it. See, be careful provoking. Also, may be harmless at first, then it comes to issue. Yeah, oh yeah. That's something that provoking. And you know what? And it's not so much as the older paranormal investigators. It's so much of the young paranormal investigators that like to provoke things. These guys, they'll go into a location and just start talking smack and all that stuff, and it's not cool. And and trust me, I know where they get it from. They get it from that guy on Ghost Adventures who does all that smack talking.
Yeah, I don't watch Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, all that smack talking. Who's to say that he don't get hit upside the head?
Yeah, I will hit him upside of the head.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would never tolerate that's a big no-no.
Yeah, we don't
always be respectful. You know what? Because either way, if you're talking to a elder that's passed on, and like Steve's saying, has unfinished business, that is you still have to respect. Respect. You know what? If people just show more respect in this world will be a better place. You know what I'm saying? If you respect your elders, then it will make you a better person. If you don't respect your elders, then you're not going to respect other people in the world. And right? Yeah, you're right. You are definitely right. You know what I'm saying? Linda, are you part of a paranormal team? If you so, can you please put the name out? Because I am curious. She has a lot. She is very knowledgeable of the paranormal. So I'm just curious to know if she has a team or not. All right, man, time flies, Tim, when you're having fun. Dude, we're going up on... All right, hey, anytime you guys want to have a podcast, feel free to contact me. I will be doing... what is it? One of those guys... Steve, what's the name of your buddies? The Paranormal of Oklahoma. I'll be doing those guys in a couple of weeks.
I'll be watching you guys.
Yeah. If you guys want to come on the podcast, feel free to do so. I'd love to have you. You know, I would love to have you guys. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and set something up. If you guys, yep, that's them. They'll probably be mad at me because I forgot about them. But let's go ahead and set something up if you like. I mean, we can definitely do that. All right. Hey, man, it's going on 2 hours. Tim, there any questions you would like to ask me, brother?
Yes. I was wondering, how did you come up with this podcast?
You know,
How did you come up with it? And what got you into doing this?
well, good question, because a lot of people don't ask me that. Tim, you know, I was sitting at home one day and I was talking to somebody and we were talking about the paranormal and he was like, man, I don't have anybody to tell my story to. You know, and I'm just like, how many people out there feel the exact same way I do? You know, I have to tell this and I want people to listen to me and to understand exactly what I'm going through and how I feel. You know, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start my own podcast show. And my buddy who lives in Kyle, which his name just happened to be Kyle, has his own podcast show. And, you know, and I went to him and I talked to him. I was like, hey, what do you think about me starting up my own podcast? He's like, hey, man, I think that would be a great idea. I really think that you should start it up so people will understand, so people can come on your show and tell their story. And that's how it happened, and I've been doing it ever since. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now, and I've been paranormal investigating for almost 3 years now. You know, the good thing about paranormal podcasting is you get to meet interesting people like yourself, like Linda, like Steve, you know, who has a story to tell, but exactly don't have anybody to tell it to. You know, so I'll go out into the world, social media, and I just look for people, and I just ask them, hey, would you guys like to come on the show and tell your stories? And that's how I was able to, you know, actually get the podcast the way I want it to be. Now, I'm not saying it's not the best podcast, but it's a good enough podcast where people can listen. We can talk, we can communicate, and we can, just become friends. You know, because, a little para-unity goes a long way. I'd rather have para-unity than negativity any day. You know, and that's why I've decided, hey, I'll just put this podcast together. You know, and to me, I just think it's been a huge success.
Okay, yeah. They want me to put my page in the chat. You got it.
There you go. Boy, this smells good. So yeah, I mean, you got any more questions for me?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to have. Go ahead.
What's your favorite kind of equipment you like to use?
My favorite equipment, Tim, believe it or not, is I have a pair of audio and video glasses that look just like this. The camera is right here in the middle, and I'm able to do everything that I'm able to do without having that big bulky camera in my hand. You know what I'm saying? So my glasses are my favorite. If I can be like you, I should be able to pull it up, but I'm not that tech savvy. where you can actually pull stuff up on the live chat, and I will be able to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's my page for you.
All right, okay. I got that already. All right, is there any more questions, Mr. Tim?
I can't think of anything.
All right. Well, you know what? Hey, we've been on here for almost 2 hours, brother. 2 hours. Time flies when you're having fun. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, time does fly.
okay, all right. Yes. If you guys ever want to know what exactly I do, please feel free, go to my Facebook page, check out my Facebook page, and check out anything you want to go. If you guys want to upload this podcast, feel free to do so. If you guys want to look at all my merch, or just want to look through my page, feel free to do so. I also have another Facebook podcast called NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast After Midnight. Now, this podcast is not for the kids. It's after midnight. All the kiddies should be asleep. Now, we talk about para-unity, but you also said, also got to think when there's a positive, there's a negative. Now, that podcast only talks about the negative side of the paranormal. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that nobody really wants to talk about. But it has to be talked about because it's out in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I think I've had maybe like 3 podcasts so far. I didn't get a chance to do one yesterday because I was out and about and I wasn't able to make one. Hey, there you go. There you go. Hey, if you need any help to do so, Tim, I am your man. If you any questions, just feel free to ask me. Because you know what? The more podcasters, the better. The better. The reason why I'm saying the better is it's just more the word gets out and the education gets out.
Let's spread the word.
Yes, spread the word, man. Yeah, spread the word, man, because I've actually talked 3 other people from Texas area to start their own podcast, and they have been so successful in doing so. So I would urge you, if you're going to do that, I would really urge you to do that. I think that would be great. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is find you a good logo, find you a nice computer, and just go with the flow. Now, and your best friend is your social media.
One thing about logo, I created my own website.
Now, see, you already ahead of me because I can't even create my own website.
I like a WordPress developer, a designer. I can do my own logos and stuff like that.
Now, see, you know what? I'll probably be calling you to help me with my website. Because people have asked me if I have one, and I would tell them no. I need to get one. And those of you that are, into web design and like to create other people's website, hey man, let's not charge people $300 to do so. I mean, for you to create a website, it takes nothing but 10, 15 minutes, and you're done. So why you want to charge people $900 to create a personal website when it doesn't have to be? I just think that's over too much money.
Yeah, too much. Prices are gone way up.
Yeah, and it's got ridiculous. I got a friend of mine who wants to charge me $300 for 30 minutes. You know what of putting my info in my website. You know what I'm saying? So I am not going to do that.
This is Winnie, my cat.
Oh, hello, kitty. All right, Linda. Hey, appreciate the Facebook request. I already accepted, and looking forward from hearing you soon. Steve, you have yet to send me one. I'll be waiting on that one. You know. He said, "Hi, Winnie."
Yeah, hi, Winnie. Hello, Steve. Yeah, we just hit
Are you
2 hours.
serious? He's charging about $1,500 for a website.
That's
Man,
too much.
what kind of website is he doing? Oh man, you mean $15? You forgot to put. You mean $15, right?
Yeah, $15, not 1,500.
I can see the $15. Well, yeah, you know, my name is really. If you look for, hold on.
Well, yeah, I can do some coding. I
Yeah.
code on my site too. Sometimes.
You know, man. I mean, that's just a lot of money, man. I mean, if I can do it myself, I would, but I don't have the time or the patience or the technology to do it because the minute I get frustrated, you could put an egg on my head and it'll just boil. You know, so I'd rather just let somebody else do. I'll send everybody all the information and they can just do it. Or better yet, all the information they ever need is actually on my Facebook page and just do it like that.
My little brother works
You
for
know
a
what I'm saying? So,
company. There's a direct from him, LOL.
ooh-wee. Yeah, that is something else. Yeah, I can't do it, man. All right, guys, it's been 2 hours. It has been a pleasure to talk to you, Tim. Like I said, if you choose to do that, feel free to contact me. You have my number. You got my direct number. Feel free if you got any problems, and I will help you out with that. It seems like you have an idea on what you want to do and how you want to do it. You know, and if that's the case, I wish you good luck on your journey. And when you get started, please, I would love to come on your podcast. I would love to be the very first person on your podcast. So instead of me asking 1,000,001 questions, I would love to answer 1,000,001 questions.
Yeah,
know what I'm
the
saying?
other way around.
Yeah, I would love to do that, you know, but all right, hey Steve, I got that, man. I appreciate you sending it to me, and trust me, we will keep in touch. You know, that's what it's all about, man. Hopefully, I will see you guys on tomorrow night's podcast. I will be in Marion, Ohio. So I don't know how far Ohio is from you, Tim, but it can't be too
Ohio
far.
is just the next state over.
Well, see, it's not that far. I'll be visiting the Ghost Girls of Marion, Ohio at, let's see here. I think it's this, let's see what time these young ladies. It would be at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. So I would love to have you guys back on the podcast. Steve and my where'd she go? And Linda, I'd love to have you guys back. Hey, Tim, I would love to see you on there also. You know, in case you guys have any questions for this group of young ladies. Female paranormal investigators are truly awesome because they are really, really in tune on what they're doing. And not only that, they are really, really, they are really out there, man. So you guys, hey, I appreciate you coming on the show. Appreciate all the love. Hey,
thank
and
you
I would
for
love to
having
visit
me.
you again. Oh, no problem at all, brother. Hey, just spread the word around. And hey, and let's just keep in touch, man. Call me every now and again just to say what's going on, and I will do the same to you. Just to keep that friendship going. Hey, I might need you to do a website for me. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, enough said. Hey, guys, this is Terry with NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. I am signing off. Appreciate it, Tim, Steve, Linda. Appreciate you guys, man. In the
Thank you for
meantime,
all watching.
no problem at
And
all.
have a
Hey,
good night, guys. Thank you,
yes.
Stephen, and to the other Stephen. There's two Stevens.
Oh, they are. Hey, all right, the other Steven. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys. Hey, you guys have a good night. Peace. Let me get out of here. Peace, guys. All right, guys. What do you guys think about that podcast? Pretty cool, man. You met Tim from Cohocton, New York. I hope I said that right. Interesting guy. He's really thinking about furthering his paranormal career and starting a podcast. I really think that he would be successful in it. And whatever he decides to do, if he decides to do one, that'd be great. I will be there for him every step of the way. In the meantime, I've met some new friends. I have some new friends, Linda and Steve and Steven. So, hey, appreciate you guys coming on the show, man. I really appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Like I say, my podcast is nothing special. It's just, getting together, talking about the paranormal, enjoy talking to one another, and just sharing stories. I'm not into all that fancy stuff and all that, I'm just going to be me, whether you like me, or you dislike me, or you love me. You can only do three. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I appreciate everybody out there that showed me love. You know what I'm saying? With enough said, I'm going to go get me something to eat and finish watching this game and enjoy the moment. Hey, so you guys have a good night. Peace.